Isn't that against the rules?
The anime servers are helping them out! Not
The president's been shot! Oh, wait, never mind.
I remember last year when my dear friend Nokotan came out and received a lot of praise, some even dubbing it the next Nichijou. And I don't disagree. The first episode had some amazing absurdist humor in it, but the key phrase in that sentence is the first episode. I don't know how many of you finished Nokotan, but that quality is not kept up for the entire show. After the second episode, I feel like they really phoned it in and just stuck to the same formula for a majority of the rest of the show. This isn't to say Nokotan is dog water though. There's at least one joke each episode that gets a chuckle, the opening and ending are both fun, and I do enjoy some of the characters, not you. But it was far from being the fabled next Nichijou. There were a lot of factors that contributed to Nichijou's quality, and they all culminate into one core principle. Nichijou doesn't phone it in. A lot of the time you can't predict what the punchline will be in one of the segments, and even if you can, they make sure to elevate the joke in other ways so it's still just as funny. This was a somewhat lengthy way of saying I love Nichijou. So when I saw we were getting an adaptation of City, a manga created by the same man who made Nichijou, with the same studio that animated it, yeah, needless to say I was hype. Now with the show basically being over, I can confidently say, City is not the next Nichijou. It's a spiritual successor that stands on its own and creates its own identity. I love City. It's charming as hell. Let's talk about why.
Isn't that big conference today?
Oh!
Here, you want your bento or not?
No, I'm so late now! Why didn't you wake me up earlier like I asked you to? I told you yesterday! Please accept my apology.
This show looks so good, guys. Oh my god. Admittedly, I'm not the most knowledgeable about how animated shows are made, but even with my limited knowledge, I can tell you there is not a single frame of City that looks unfinished or lazy. Every movement the characters have had so much love and care put into it, it's insane. The colors also make this show an absolute feast for the eyes. Every single week I watch this show, I find myself impressed with the amount of quality they're able to pack into every single episode. I think the first 3 minutes of this show are mad. They casually flex with some stunning visuals, use those as a punchline for a joke, and then just play the opening. What? The opening, oh my god! The opening made me so happy when it started. It felt like I was back home after many years. It's not even like the opening is like a visual masterpiece or anything, but the simplicity of the visuals and the song, I can't help but smile whenever I watch it. The same goes for the rest of the show. I'm never bored watching City. Much like Nichijou, the segments vary in how long they are, and I think every single one I've seen has the perfect length. There was no point where I was watching City and thought, this is going on too long, or that was way too quick. Sometimes you get a fast-paced segment with lots of quick jokes like Good Morning Adatara, or sometimes you'll have longer stories like a majority of episode 8 where Tatewaku prepares to ask out Izumi, where they give you lots of jokes throughout the segments as it builds to the punchline where he somehow lines it up. Mixing these together gives you episodes where there is never a dull moment, both visual-wise and story-wise. I remember the exact moment I was sold on this show. It was the crispy noodles chapter in the first episode. I was not expecting any of what happened here, and I was dying laughing watching it unfold. All of the characters are great as well. All of them have at least one segment I remember fondly. Like for Nikora, I really enjoyed the scene where she eats instant noodles straight out of the packet as a midnight snack. The animators did a great job making it seem like a truly shameful act, and the voice actor goes above and beyond both in the dub and the sub.
It's the tiny soup flavor packet full of seasoning and shame. After pulling it out with shaking hands, I tug on its little you-know-what, but it doesn't stop there.
Another chapter I enjoyed was Izumi's first proper appearance. I love the running joke of lives flashing before eyes and her killing people with her smile. It's so fun. Don't worry, I'm not going to sit here and explain every scene to you, though these are just 2 of many which I enjoyed during this show. But I think what put this show up into my top 5 of the year easily was episode 5. If you take anything away from this video, it should be to watch episode 5 of City. It is one of the most creative episodes of any animated show I've ever seen. The amount of things taking place at a time is equal parts overstimulating and hilarious. You'll look at Nikora attempting to get her locket back and then look back over to Nagamo's screen and the most random shit will be happening. It's great. I watched this episode at like 2 AM in the morning and honestly I thought I was having a fever dream. This episode alone puts City up there with some of my favorites. I hope from the way I've described it and the clips I've shown, you've been able to understand that City doesn't phone it in. Every episode was crafted by some of the most talented people in the industry. The animation from top to bottom, minute 1 to minute 27 sometimes, is top notch, and the voice actors sound like they're having a lot of fun recording their lines in both English and Japanese. The reason I hesitate to call City the next Nichijou is because I think that undermines it a bit. Being the next Nichijou is a big compliment, don't get me wrong. That show is in my top 10 favourite anime. But while City made me nostalgic with its first few episodes, as it made me feel like I was watching Nichijou again after so many years, as the weeks went by, I kind of got out of the mindset that I was watching Nichijou 2. City is its own thing. It has its own identity. And I don't know if this is a hot take or not, but I think it's just as good as Nichijou. When this video comes out, the show will almost be done. And I don't know how likely it is we get a season 2, but even if we don't, I will still love and appreciate this show probably forever. That's just how much I enjoyed it. It's not one of those shows you watch and then forget about a week later. This one is timeless. Please check out this show if you haven't already. Every single aspect of it is brimming with charm.